We got a Thursday night game to break down today between the Seattle Seahawks and the Chicago Bears. Fantasy points should be flying in this matchup. There should be some good storylines in this game. We're going to break down this matchup from a fantasy football scoring scenario to see how the points could be scored to help you make your decision with your start-sit process this week to help you win those fantasy championships. Before you again, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're going deep on these matchups. We got Saturday games. We got Sunday games. The matchups are spread out all week, so we got to deep dive all these matchups to help you out so you can see how the fantasy points could be scored. On top of that, we're deep diving these players, especially when the injuries come up, so you can make a decision on that new guy that's getting promoted for the week. Hit that subscribe button right now. Stop missing out. Ric Flair's watching. You do not want to disappoint Ric Flair. We're looking at the Seattle Seahawks and the Chicago Bears. We got a 42 over-under and a spread of 4. Vegas doesn't like this game. To me, when I look at those numbers and I look at those two teams, I look at a rookie quarterback, I look at both these teams and I see this could be an ugly one. This could be an ugly one way or another. Like, we could be seeing some ugly football. We might have some good storylines out of this for the morning, but this one could be some ugly football. We got a 42 over-under, a spread of 4. How could this break and get us a lot of scoring? Caleb Williams has to go off. Caleb Williams at least has to get you good garbage time, look fluent in those big moments to keep the chains moving. That could happen. We've had some good moments from Caleb Williams. If that happens and that pushes the pace, we could see the game script go off. However, the opposite way could happen, and it's all on Caleb Williams. If he's bad and it's narrative street again, then next thing you know, everything's stifled, slowed up, slower game script, not many fantasy points scored. It's a blowout, not looking good on both sides of the ball. I could see both scenarios happen in this game. I could definitely see it being down the middle. But when you look at these quarterbacks, you're looking at two QB2s. That's what you're looking at. Caleb Williams over like the last 5 games has been all right. He's been all right. Not sexy on the TV, but sexy in the spreadsheets. Caleb Williams has been all right. Geno Smith, just a QB2. His QB3 weeks ain't that bad except for week 15. Just a QB2 with a little bit of upside mixed in there. Most quarterbacks are quarterback 2s anyways. Most of them that you're looking at in fantasy football. I think if you're making a decision for this game, you're likely looking at QB2 results. If something bangs, maybe low in QB1, and that could happen. But likely you're getting QB2 results out of these guys. We're looking at the Bears running backs here. We're going up against Seattle Seahawks, or league average when it comes to allowing fantasy points to running backs. We got to get him the ball in the flat. We got to get him going. We got to get him some space. We got to eat some yards. He's going to help the passing game. He's going to keep the chains moving. That's what we need out of him. Seattle can shut down running backs. They've done that a few times this season. They don't break too often, but they can break the running backs as well. So there's an opportunity here that he scores okay for you. Considering the volatility of this matchup, I'm not 100% like love with it or certain of it, but there's a chance. He's got you a good chance this week to get you a 12 spot. He's got you a good chance to get you in that range when we're looking at that. We got to cash in the receiving game. We got to see that green in the open field. I think when we look at DeAndre Swift, we have opportunities to do that in this matchup. When you're looking at the wide receivers here for the Chicago Bears, you got the carousel effect, and it's going to be up and down. Keenan Allen's been the hot slice of bread right now for the Bears. He has been very good for fantasy over these last 5 games with 1 down game. That's something to look at. DJ Moore's down games have not been bad. They've been hitting double digits. You're getting 10 to 14 most of those, and you got some upside weeks sprinkled in. Odunze, I think we know he's just a gamble. He's just a gamble you throw in there. You're not doing that on championship week, and if you are, you know what you're doing, so that's on you. But DJ Moore, he's a little bit of a gamble, but at least you know you got a floor of like 10 to 14 there. That's what you're seeing, but you also got a very low floor from the middle of the season. Keenan Allen's been on the hot streak. We need Caleb Williams to do well. When you're looking at this matchup against Seattle here, they're allowing about league average on the season. The last 3 weeks, they've been leaking fantasy points to wide receivers, but most of that's been to Justin Jefferson. I do not see any Justin Jeffersons here but they will break 2 wide receivers. They'll definitely do that. And what I'm seeing is wide receivers who get targeted downfield, wide receivers who just break loose. That might be in store for any of these guys here because all of them have the potential to do that. That being said, carousel effect, Keenan Allen's been the hottest one as of late. DJ Moore has been okay. Odunze, you know what to do with that. That's a gamble piece. Cole Kmet is a tight end that will deliver on some weeks. The target share is very low. The ADOT's usual for a tight end at 7.4. You're in a matchup here where they're about league average when it comes to allowing fantasy points to tight ends. They only allow big moments to stud tight ends. I don't consider Cole Kmet a stud tight end. That being said, we got to score a 5th touchdown tonight for him to be viable for fantasy football. Looking at the running backs for the Seattle Seahawks, Kenneth Walker's out. That means we're looking at Zach Charbonnet. Zach Charbonnet has been great as a substitute for Kenneth Walker. Kenny McIntosh has been getting touches and workload lately. Not enough to really entice you, but something to pay attention to. This is a great matchup for Seattle. One thing to note about the Bears, they will shut down backfields, but they get in these weird game scripts where the pace isn't pushed, the yardage totals aren't pushed, and that just happens from time to time, but they will break the backfields too. This is a good opportunity for Zach Charbonnet to do something today, catch some balls out of the backfield, and to really hammer home a good matchup for you in the fantasy playoffs. Looking at the wide receivers here, DK Metcalf, Jaxon, Smith-Njigba. We got some opportunity here. The Bears are about league average when it comes to allowing fantasy points to wide receivers. A little bit less on the season. Might be a little bit of a tricky matchup. Jaxon has been all right like the last 6 weeks since week 9. He's been solid this year. DK Metcalf, a little bit more of a roller coaster. But again, you know what to do with them. I think DK Metcalf will get opportunities in the red zone. Deep targets downfield, we just have to bring it in. He's getting a 22% target share. That's solid. The ADOT's at 13.4. Just got to bring in that deep target. Jaxon is getting a 24% target share. Has been solid. He's probably a decent flex play for the week. You're looking at Noah Fant here. 12% target share. ADOT of 5.8. You got to cash in the red zone. We don't have a touchdown this year. We got to get our first touchdown today. However, teams are throwing it to the tight end against this defense, so you got some opportunity here. So we might see a few extra targets go to Noah Fant's way. So if you need to play some money ball, this might be an option to look at. That's the matchup broken down from a fantasy football perspective. Good luck tonight. Let me know what you need in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.